Holy, yeah, go God, go God. Go God. Now, here's a good lesson for you. Here is a very, oh, I'm getting the chills. Here is a very, very, very good lesson and demonstration for you. You can always tell I'm getting serious when I take the glasses off. There's this whole concept out there about harm none. This whole difference between black and white magic. And I have for a long time said it's all a crock of shit, folks. You can't focus on that because you cannot cause good to happen in your life or in the world without causing bad to happen somewhere else. Because that is balance and that is the nature of the universe. So if you can't set out to harm someone. You can't set out to bring harm or bad to the universe. That's way bad for you. Do as thou wilt through love. Don't set out to harm people. Don't set out to cause harm or bad things to happen. But you cannot gauge what you're doing or what you want to happen for you based on what's going to happen to someone else. I needed work. God created work for me, which I was needing because that really kind of puts me at ease for things, especially with that ticket, and I did not want to have to ask for money for the ticket. Anyway, so God created work for me, just enough to appease the situation. In order for that to happen, someone else had to experience transmission trouble with their car, keeping him from doing the work that was already scheduled to him. Now they need to transfer it to somebody else, and it's coming to me. You cannot cause good to happen in your own life without bad happening somewhere in the universe. It is an unfortunate reality. Perhaps a principle. Perhaps we'll make it a principle. For now, let's call it Lesson of the Week. I came across the arts in reading the part of the Kama Sutra, actually. Originally, there were 64 arts by which if you mastered them, you were considered a spiritual or life master. And when I dig out my list, I'll share all of those with you. And I thought this was a fantastic concept. This was way early in my spiritual path. However, a lot of those arts no longer serve purpose in our world today. Also, they weren't defined enough for our world today. Inasmuch as, because of the time frame, because of when this system was developed, there weren't things like electronics or mechanics. So I set out, on the advice of a girlfriend, to enhance, redefine these arts. For me, almost anything can be an art. I should look it up before I try to quote it, but I remember looking it up before, and in the dictionary it basically says that an art is a learned or practiced skill. And I know there's artists out there that get all disturbed by that. I remember telling that to a dance instructor and choreographer. She's like, well, then anyone could be an artist. Well, exactly. Exactly. We are all artists in our fields, in our lives. Parenting is an art. Teaching is an art. Accounting, law, mechanics, electronics, all arts. Learning is an art. And you can learn things from each of these arts by practicing, by being around artists. Imperfection is fantastic and acceptable. I've learned this by being around artists. I had a master carpenter tell me once that the best carpenters are the ones that can hide their mistakes. Not make their mistakes, hide their mistakes. I once heard a story from a keyboardist who was working with a symphony with a, I guess, fairly well-known conductor, and in the middle of rehearsal the conductor stopped the orchestra and, trumpets, you suck. Percussion, you suck. Strings, you suck. Went through the entire orchestra and told everybody they sucked. And he said, that's okay though, because I suck too. Every time you go out there, every time you perform, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to suck at some point in your performance. The object is to maintain minimal suckage. So again, this guy's not saying you can't make mistakes. He's saying you're going to. That's okay. Move beyond it. But don't allow that mistake to let you make another mistake. And another and another and another. Move on. Cover your mistake and move on. Okay, wow. A couple of things to close out this day and close out this week. First of all, Makayla got put to the dancer's test tonight at dance class, as far as I'm concerned. She went for her makeup class, and they were doing an entirely different dance from the dance she knows. So she goes to this class, and they are doing an entirely different dance than her class. Entirely different. I felt so bad for her at first, because you could see she was uncomfortable. She was confused. She didn't know what was going on. And, I mean, I gave her a big hug when she came out of class. That was the first thing I did. Even though she did great. She watched these girls, and she did what she needed to do, and she caught on very well. And I was impressed, and I told her that that was a test for a true dancer, because if she chooses to pursue dancing, if she auditions for dance companies or to dance in a show or even for competition dance, that's how it's going to go. They're going to show you the dance quick, and you have to do it. And she did it. I was very, very proud of her and happy for her. The tripod that I normally use to carry you guys around on broke last night. I heard something pop and drop, but whatever popped and dropped is black, and so I wasn't able to see it, and I didn't notice until I picked up the tripod this morning and the camera was still laying on the couch. All right, now I'm getting a little irritated. Now I'm getting a little irrigated. I know what you're thinking. Irrigated has something to do with water. That's what I'm saying. I'm pissed off. Let me get over there. This is a rare occasion for Daddy. Makayla's got homework to do. She's got to do with Daddy.
You can go.
Yep, she's got to read this story to me.
Can you close this out?
Hurry up, come here.
The title page is right here. You can go.
Where are all the markers?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, you're going to pick them up before we leave. I don't want to hear any argument.
You can go.
Here, read it to me so I can see.
You can go over. You can.
You don't have to show them.
You can go over. You can go under. You can go under. You can go around. You can go through.